Hi, so someone asked me to do a reaction video for Super Junior's We Were There, we're KRY, the one of the subunits of Super Junior. And this is very interesting. I've actually never heard any of their singles. Someone told me, a friend of mine, I don't know if she's correct, that this is actually their very first one, which is odd because they are the vocal group. I would assume that they were going to get more songs, but well, okay, so this is going to be a first time for me. I don't know what to expect. The only thing I know of the three is that they all have very beautiful voices. But the most common, not common, the most familiar to me is Khyuyun in terms of the singing. So let's see. Let's start. Oh, this is such a sad song. Oh, oh, I'm not even in the first line yet, but this is such a sad song. Oh, it's okay. Why would you do this to me? Okay. Next time, don't ask me to do a sad song. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Sincha. But I'm not even in the first line yet. But one of the things I want to mention is how great SM is when it comes to visuals. They know how to tell a story using visuals, and they don't do anything elaborate. It can be as simple as lighting, coloring, and that's the case here. The song is, I would assume, I don't even know the lyrics yet, but I assume that this is going to be a very sad song. But they opted for the color blue. I don't know if that means anything to elves, but blue scientifically or medically or psychological, whatever it's called, but it is proven to be a very relaxing color. That's why you see a lot of brands using blue for their logos and their website, because it's supposed to put you at ease. So it's kind of odd. It feels like they're bracing you for something for something really sad. Okay, let's proceed. Oh, I did not expect they were going to open with Khyuyun. I thought he was going to do the chorus or towards the end. The lyrics are poetic. Have they always been like this? You know, okay, one, the instruments are so simple. It's I think it's just a piano. Yeah, I think it's probably just a piano. But it's very simple. There's not a lot of layers in it, and it's not like it's bad to actually have layers in it, but there's not a lot of layers in it. But I think it's justified because if you have a voice like Khyuyun, you don't actually need anything complicated in terms of the melody, the instruments. So I think that's the right decision. Number two, it already feels like this is like going to be a classic song. It has the makings of a classic song, and just like any classics that we have, it's going to, because it's so simple, the melody, the instruments, they're so simple, and the complications are all, it seems they're all in the lyrics. It's nice to play with it because it's bare, you don't have a lot in there, so there's more for you to add, there's more for you to subtract. So and then the third thing is that, is this an ode to their fans, like a song for the elves? Because this the yeah, so see, it took so long for us. It feels like they were talking about the times they were separated, because it took them like 11 years or more to come together again because of the military service. And then it's also interesting how they add layers. Oh, see, I did not expect that. Like, I thought they were going to belt it out when it comes to the chorus, and the instrument was actually leading up to it, and then they hold back. I don't know why. Does it have anything to do with the fact that the song is actually about being held back from meeting the people that you love? I don't know. But that's interesting. Yeah. The colors, the play of colors, it's very nice. And they kind of use the clothes of the artists as highlights because the background is so simple. The lyrics are nice, but still very sad. 진짜. See, they did it again. Like they would escalate towards the chorus, and I would think that they were going to belt it out. After all, these are your three best vocalists, and they wouldn't. They would always hold back. Yeah, it's nice how they would use the clothes of the artists as highlights to the environment, so to speak, because everything is so simple, and then you'll see a pop of pink or a pop of yellow or a pop of brown. Nice touch. Oh, there you go. There's the vocal acrobat. I thought they weren't going to do it at all. But it's nice how even when they were doing the vocal acrobat, they weren't overlapping each other too much. They were doing it in such a way that each of the artist, each of the vocal is still highlighted. That's nice. Like you can still clearly hear the other one, and the other one would just overlap very barely towards the end. This is nice. Okay, so it's a good song. It's sad. Okay, but it's a good song. So I think number one is that I feel like it's going to be a classic. Like 10, 20 years down the road, when people sing this, it will still be relevant and it's still going to be beautiful. And I could just imagine how people are going to do their own treatment of it, because as I've said, it's so bare. The melody and the instruments, they're so bare, they're so simple, and that's for a good reason. Which leads me to number two. Is I think it was a conscious effort for them to highlight the beauty of the vocals. And when, as I've said, when you have such beautiful voices, you don't need anything complicated. Third, I don't know if there are any elves watching. I feel like this is actually a song that they dedicated, or they actually wrote for elves, because they were talking about lost times, memories, missing somebody, not being able to miss the person, and wanting to go back. And I know for a fact that it took them like more than a decade to actually come back together again because of the military service. So I don't know, maybe this is their song to elves. So if correct me if I'm wrong. And lastly, the beautiful visuals. It's interesting how they made even the mess, when the background is actually messy, it's still very beautiful. Which kind of complements what it is that they're saying through their song, because no matter how messy the memory is, when you're missing somebody that you love, it's still beautiful. So nice. Thank you so much for recommending the song. Don't do it again. Don't recommend something no, something so sad. But I'm just kidding. It's really beautiful. Thank you for watching.